Hello and welcome to this demo. In this video, we will discuss where you can find Bitnami by VMware solutions to build awesome software anywhere. For the past 15 years, the Bitnami team has delivered prepackaged open source applications through the Bitnami Application Catalog, which is our name for the catalog available through marketplaces and on Bitnami.com. Bitnami Application Catalog is a free software library for public consumption and easy to use for developers on any platform. Bitnami Application Catalog stacks are built on only one standardized base OS image, Debian. To check the information associated with each stack, such as image version, dependencies, and components, users must navigate to the marketplaces or public repositories where the solutions are published. These solutions are very popular and are ideal for testing purposes in development environments. There are, however, constraints with trying to deploy any open source software in production or enterprise environments, including those from Bitnami Application Catalog. The ownership of open source sometimes is unclear, so when a vulnerability arises, who is responsible to remediate it? In a perfect world, an organization will be able to maintain its own private repository and fill it with all the open source software it needs, and that repository would be backed by automation that would be consistently pulling the upstream projects and then testing, building, and packaging those applications. Ideally, that engine would also monitor the base OS, even custom ones, for updated and rebuilt and upload containers automatically. This, we know, is an enormous effort that few organizations can afford. This is where VMware Application Catalog comes in. With VMware Application Catalog, development teams can choose from a selection of open-source production-ready solutions that range from integrated code, development applications, automation tools, caching databases, logging tools, etc. These application building blocks are continuously and automatically updated for every new vulnerability fix, including those for all dependencies, and they are available in the form of containers, Helm charts, and virtual machines for enterprise private consumption. Also, this catalog can be custom packaged on any base operating system provided by a customer or any of the base OS images provided by VMware. And last but not least, multiple functional and verification tests are run on the packaged image, including built-in common vulnerabilities and exposures, CVE, antivirus scanning, and deployment testing on various platforms. All this information is served in a JSON file along with extensive metadata about the image, such as a list of components, release dates, digest, and so on. This means that there is no need to monitor external sources anymore. Let's see all these differences in action. In this video, we will use PostgreSQL virtual machine as an example. First, we are going to navigate to the Bitnami Application Catalog on the Bitnami site to search for the PostgreSQL OVA file. And then we will showcase how enterprise developers can search for the PostgreSQL OVA file through VMware Application Catalog. Thus, we will show the differences between getting a standard version of the virtual machine from the Bitnami Application Catalog and getting a production-ready version of the same file delivered directly into your private repository through the VMware Application Catalog. Bitnami virtual machines are available in the Bitnami Application Catalog on bitnami.com/stacks or through the VMware Marketplace. This video uses the first option, but either way is fine. Navigate to bitnami.com/stacks. In the search box, enter PostgreSQL. Then, from the On My Computer section, select Virtual Machines. To learn more about the configuration of the virtual machine and how to obtain application credentials and start using the solution, click on the links you will find under the Additional Resources section or navigate directly to docs.bitnami.com /virtual machine / infrastructure / PostgreSQL. In addition to this, you can find key information about how to get the application credentials and connect to the server through SSH in the credentials section located at the bottom of this page. Now we are going to check the information available about this package. Scroll down until the Download Virtual Machines for PostgreSQL package by Bitnami. You will find there two links, checksum and changelog. Checksum contains the hashes assigned to the image. These are unique identifiers associated with the data file you are going to download that allows you to check that the file comes from a trusted provider and has not been modified by unknown sources. The changelog is a TXT file that shows a list of all the versions released of this solution with all the major changes and updates implemented on them. To see which is the base OS image that the OVA uses, click the Download OVA Format button. Once downloaded, check out the name of the file. It indicates that this virtual machine is packaged using a Debian 10 base image. Bitnami Application Catalog delivers all its images on this unique distro. It is time to check if there is any security advisory that users should consider. In case there has been a security breach in the source code, Bitnami will publish a security advisory on its documentation page to explain to users what versions were affected and how to patch them. When that vulnerability is remediated by the author of the code, Bitnami will push a new version with all the available fixes to the Bitnami Application Catalog. Users may then navigate to the Bitnami site and search for the virtual machine to find the new and patched version and check the changelog file to see the details about the changes implemented on the image. But if a user wants to check out the vulnerability in detail, the security fixes made in the source code, the systems affected, etc., they will have to search for the CVE or security notice published by the maintainer of the code, or to a specialized site such as cve.mitre.org. We are going to explore how VMware Application Catalog helps enterprise developers save time in monitoring and updating the software they use to build applications while ensuring that the operations team can fulfill the enterprise's security and compliance policies. First, let's take a walk through the VMware Application Catalog primary screen and see what a customer catalog would like. To create a catalog, users must request the assets they want to include in it. To do so, navigate to Applications, My Requests, and click the Add New Application button. The resulting screen shows a form where you can specify the target platform and the base image for the package you want to add to your catalog. VMware Application Catalog currently supports Debian 10 for virtual machines, but more options coming soon. Thus, you can select as deployment platform Kubernetes or virtual machines. For this demo, we will choose virtual machines. Click Next to select the base image. Then, users will be able to choose from a list of more than 150 applications available in multiple formats. The next step is to select the registry to store the applications. For now, all the virtual machines available in the catalog are stored in a VMware repository. Once the request has been submitted, you will be able to see its status in My Requests tab, and if approved, your applications will be listed in the catalog of the My Applications tab. Search for PostgreSQL Virtual Machine and check the information that this catalog provides. At first glimpse, you can see the base image that the virtual machine is using, the release version, the release status, and when the latest version of the application was released. The VMware Application Catalog team tests all virtual machine versions to run in a real vSphere environment. To check the additional information available for this virtual machine, click Details. On top of this screen, you will find similar information to the one shown in the list of applications, plus the branch. The branch indicates the regular update that the VMware Application Catalog team has performed to update the components and packages included in a virtual machine version. These updates are directly pushed to your registry without the need of any manual update. The rest of the content you will find on this page is key data that can be used for security and compliance. First, you will find information about this release and the digest of the image. Below, there is a button that allows you directly download the virtual machine to run it on-prem. After this section, you can find the release process section that includes details such as the image digest, name, version, and revision number. In addition to these details, VMware Application Catalog also provides users with direct access to extensive metadata in their repositories, which eliminates the need to monitor any external sources. For example, validation reports expose detailed results for CVE, antivirus, and deployment to platform tests, as well as other functional and verification tests conducted on the image for full transparency and visibility. The build time reports are comprised of two JSON files: the asset specification that contains extensive metadata on how to consume the asset, its digest, its build, and release dates, and a complete list of included subcomponents or libraries with license information, and the trigger information, which details the reasons why a new version of the image has been released. Further, this metadata is digitally signed using a consignatory to protect it from tampering, which adds another layer of security to the catalog. If you remember, with Bitnami Application Catalog, to get the information about the virtual machine and the security patches performed on the OVA file, we had to check 2 files and 3 different sites. Here, you have it in just one place. In addition to all this metadata, users can quickly find image dependencies at the bottom of this page. This level of transparency and compliance is next to impossible to achieve using open source software from public repositories. The information provided in public repositories such as the Bitnami Application Catalog is sufficient for certain use cases, and the time frame needed to update the code when a vulnerability arises can be fine for small sites or development environments. However, organizations need a trusted code in place to consume open source components, relieving developers of the task of manually tracking every dependency, making sure that application components are always updated, healthy, and patched with the latest vulnerability fixes, while guaranteeing internal compliance. Thus, developers can instead focus on their core work of building new business solutions. That brings us to the end of this demo. We hope you now have a better understanding of how to use VMware Application Catalog. You can learn more about VMware Application Catalog by checking the links provided on the screen or contact the team directly at app-catalog@vmware.com. Thank you for watching.